Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Campaign 2, Episode 12, Part 2. We had quite the time in the hour-long Patreon episode. There was chaos galore, very hilarious, entertaining stuff. I'm not 100% sure on the specifics, but Molly did something to his junk, gave himself what looked like some sort of venereal disease, I'm guessing, that didn't even really factor in much to anything, because all he did was puke and vomit everywhere. So did Ford. They had mixed up scrambled eggs with God knows what else. He put it together, and they just looked like two crazy sick people vomiting all over the place. It seems like it might have accomplished what they needed done, though. They ran into Ren. I don't know if it was confirmed which one was Ren. I feel like I know which one Ren was when it was going down. And then Ford ran into an office, grabbed a bunch of papers, shoved them up his jacket, and ran out. So my guess is we're either going to get a letter from his father, Ren's father, who's Lord Sutan, or we are going to get Ren's handwriting and just frame Ren, and then maybe tell Lord Sutan, listen, your kid's going to go to jail. We have this evidence against him. I don't know if we could quite do that, but I don't know. There's going to be something involving his son of sorts. I don't know what it's going to do. Maybe it's just as easy as his son having a letter from his father and we can get the handwriting and do what we need to do. I mean, pretty much everyone had to run away. This is going to be talked about through the Tri's fires. I can't imagine people wouldn't bring this up all over and that we wouldn't have everybody on high alert, meaning the Crown's Guard and everything else. We all had to run away. We're all going back to the leaky tap. That's where we're going to start from. But I mean, I feel like we have just made somewhat of a crazy commotion. If I was somebody like Lord Sutan, I would be thinking, who just invaded? Obviously, there was something going on. These two random sick guys that we've never seen just go in there and create this insane scene and then run away. They're obviously going to think some sabotage or something illegal is going on. So Lord Sutan should immediately be on his highest guard, as should the lawmaker and the Richter. I feel like everyone is going to be on high alert right now because of what just went down. So even if they do get Lord Sutan's, handwriting or his kids, I mean, I feel like everyone is going to be watching everything very closely. Let's just find out. We'll talk more at the end. I feel like we only have about 12-15 minutes left. I did rewind it about a minute right before Molly is jumping out the window just because I wanted to revisit it because it's awesome, and I also wanted to catch back up while we're doing things. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end if you're seeing it on YouTube. We do the hour-long Patreon Wednesdays, and then part 2 comes out, so you'll get an extra hour a week, plus Friday is the live stream. And I said this in the last video, but just to reiterate real quick, we will be starting the actual show. 8:30, the live stream will start. 8:45, I will be on. 9 o'clock, we are starting the actual show. I'm starting earlier now because 1, this is going to be the longest one yet this week, 2 hours and 15 minutes. And 2, I am now used to the routine and we don't need to buy ourselves time. That was basically a way for me to buy myself extra time in case I was late with work or something like that. Patreon link at the end if you want to see more of the hour and stuff like that. If not, Campaign 2, Episode 12, Part 2. I rewound it.
Very unruly.
Oh, I forgot to do the volume.
Excuse myself for a moment and I'll head out of the infirmary.
Okay, you head back out into the street. You are in that chamber for a while. Are you doing anything?
How long has it been?
I'm heading out.
I've
of the
already
infirmary and
seen
I'm gonna
this, so
start
don't
wrapping
mind
around
me.
the building towards the side of the building that he was in.
I'm seeing how is it possible to open the window?
Make an investigation check.
Is it possible to open a window? This is where I ended it, right after he does this, but I wanted to see it again.
Nothing easily done, so you could try and pry one of the panes out.
I want to see how he went
There's
about
a
it
chance
again,
might
because
break
I didn't
the
expect it
process.
when it happened.
That's fine.
You gonna try?
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so you take one of your blades and kind of wedge it up underneath where the metal bar is. It's kind of holding the pane in place to see if you can wedge it out. So just go ahead and make...
What did he say? This is going to go so poorly? I think he knew it was going to go bad.
Nope.
1.
It shatters and breaks on both sides of the window. You watch as the window just shatters outward.
I'm just gonna jump out of it.
All right, well, the pane itself is about that big, so you're going to have to take more of the window with you to do it.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. You just shoulder roll leap through, shattering the window.
All right, now I have a better
Roll down, you see
understanding.
this happen as
When it
Molly just-
originally
a
happened,
chaotic
I'm
spill
thinking
of glass shards.
it
And,
was
and
a window
purple
this big.
skin.
I'm like, how did he do it? It's the pain. So he broke the whole window.
You
Now
guys
I get
bolt-
it.
At this point, as you head back,
Dives
you've now
out,
seen the guards
screaming
that
like a
have Just
lunatic.
run off to go after Nein. Hear the shatter and turn around to begin. Some of them to double back on where the sound of the glass breaking.
Marisha
came
looks
Can I point off in a
concerned.
different direction that
Let's
Molly's
just put
running
it that
since
way.
I look like a hospital clerk, nurse?
from. Make a deception check.
Carry me.
carry me.
While you do that.
No, he's pointing the other direction.
It's too late.
Run
No,
away.
it's too late.
I'm trying to understand the scene here. I thought they were looking at him.
This was like the last part I saw.
Yeah, but you were running away.
Oh, if I'm already, because
He
I
said
didn't
he
know
was
if I was just
pointing the
standing.
opposite
Okay,
direction.
sorry.
Okay.
I'm trying to, paint a picture.
All right,
15.
So the guards approach, and they both kind of look antsy, but they see you pointing away, and they both go and head in the direction that you were kind of heading them off towards. As Molly's about to leap into your arms.
I was already towards that.
So yeah, you guys.
I'm already up
managed to
towards
find
the
yourselves
frickin'
back
tavern.
into the chaotic evening.
All right,
The streets of Sudan.
that's where I
Like
stopped it
a
right
small
there because
mom
it was
and
a
pop
nice
with
little
two
pause.
Physicians, but like 50 people in white coats.
Yeah, no, that was a little more than I was
like six.
expecting.
50 people.
72, man. Let's be honest.
That's right, yeah.
72.
Just are like, what's taking them so long?
Meanwhile, the Leaky Tavern.
Oh, that only took 5
That's kind of what I was thinking as well.
He took an
I
hour
was
to
thinking it
cut
was
off
going to
his
be
dick.
like two middle-aged
Like,
physicians that we
It's
could
still there.
easily
Oh, yeah.
overpower,
Yeah.
maybe a nurse, a receptionist, something like that.
As we're walking
There
back,
was like a
I'll
battle.
Start, like just looking over the papers and looking for some sort of a signature. That
Not a
says
battle.
Richter
There, you know
or,
what I mean.
proceed
It wasn't an
or
actual
anything.
All right.
battle.
So as you guys make your way back to the Leaky Tap to eventually meet up, going through paperwork, unfortunately none of them have anything that signifies the
Oh, great.
High Richter.
What
They all
about
seem to
Lord
be
Sutan?
Various quick notes on
If we got nothing out of
bone
this,
breaks
I'm
and
going to die.
resets on various illnesses that have come through and treatments that have been applied, keeping tabs on return visits. It's all just various notes of
From his dad?
That's what I'm
nothing from
saying.
Lord Sutan, unfortunately.
Are you kidding me? We did all of this
Yeah,
and
it was just-
ended
if
up
you
with
possibly
nothing.
searched a little longer, you could have maybe found something, you think, but given the circumstances, it did not occur.
I don't really.
I thought he would have threw us a bone. I'm happy he didn't, honestly. I'm honestly happy that he
didn't find anything
didn't
you
throw us a
wanted to.
bone
You
because
probably
I thought
definitely
just
fucked
based
with a
on the
few people.
chaos, we'd
Cover
find a
routine.
paper of
But
some.
that's fine. So anyway, you guys eventually find your way
like
back to
something
the Leaky
good?
Tap. Your
I like it though. I like
your,
when we
your
get
monk and
shit.
your
I want
cleric
to
are waiting
work
for
hard.
you.
I want to keep going.
And you watch as these four.
I like because now we got to
individuals
figure out
walk
another
in,
way, and we
looking
should
a
have
bit
to.
haggard.
That was insane.
Yes, just went off without a hitch.
Without a single hitch.
Why are you covered in mayonnaise and egg
Why do you smell like beer?
Well,
and hot sauce?
And hot
it's
sauce.
in fact hot sauce.
It is in fact hot. I know
I'm going
we
to
used
empty
hot
out my
sauce.
canteen into the fire.
Oh.
I hope you wash that thing out.
I was making a distraction.
Probably smells like
Ren.
yeah.
We.
I mean, it is food right now. It wasn't. I
There's
mean,
no way to get
I
close.
do eat eggs with hot
Did you
sauce,
go
so I
in
guess
and
it
say,
probably
"Can I speak to
would
Ren?"
still
and
be
then somebody
alright
else
right
go
now.
in his office while somebody was in the front asking to talk to Ren?
That's actually exactly what happened. It just didn't go as well as you thought. Great minds think alike, though. Jessica.
It just didn't happen as good as you thought it might have thought.
You
Thought it,
guys
thought
look
it, thought
real defeated over here. You look like palpably defeated. Like,
We almost had to kill an orderly. Very embarrassing. Very close.
They did attack people.
How'd it go for you
Frumpkin
two?
sliced somebody, not
we cased
bit
out the
somebody,
house.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Not,
right. I got an
or
entire
Molly
patient
did.
We found a big tree that we can hop the fence with. Oh, and we bought this rope and this grapple so that we can climb.
So
They
you
did
looked
do
at the
that.
house and then you went shopping.
Well, so that we can break into the house. Yes.
Tight. That's tight.
Yes.
Tight.
Through a
That's
window.
tight.
you what?
Like full glass. It was great.
Is that what?
He's
Oh,
got to
you
be.
think so?
I thought Matt was going to say he took damage, but what, 1 or 2 points? He can go back to the inn, heal up. I mean, it's kind of pointless to discuss small wounds like that, but he had to have gotten hurt. Dove out a glass window with shards, and then, I mean, even the landing must have been somewhat of a hard landing on
It's not about
glass.
the plan, it's about the desire to improvise.
I cast Cure Wounds on Molly.
Oh, yeah. I had very little, so thank you.
Very little
This
wounds.
could
All right, so they
lead
did
back
acknowledge
to
it. That's
make
all I
it
want.
look kind of
I just want
suspicious
acknowledgement
if
of
we go after Lord
wounds.
Sutan if his son
Lord
was just
Sutan.
broken into, right?
Well, don't worry about that because they definitely saw our real faces.
Yeah, that's the
And
problem.
we didn't technically
yes, you're
break
right.
in. It was more
They
like a
only
bunch
saw
of really
my
sick
real
folks.
face,
Yeah.
so maybe that's okay.
But he's gonna know that his medical
No,
notes
no,
are
no.
missing, right?
Nah.
It's an infirmary. They got to see terrible people in there all the
Yeah,
time.
that-
All right. I mean, the fact that he
hospitals,
didn't
you
steal
see.
anything of consequence also does mean that they won't really investigate. But this goblin is not going to be allowed anywhere near the vicinity. Miss Knott,
No.
the Brave.
Yeah, you guys are
No,
totally
there was not an awful lot of talking
no
that
talk
was
of
done.
his father at all,
There
right?
was not a lot of talking, in fact.
It's probably just an attempt to steal medicinals.
Sure, sure. All right.
Well,
Okay.
we
Steal
have Brent's
medicinals.
handwriting. We could potentially put a note in somebody's house with his stuff, but I don't know if that's what the plan is.
That's what I said this might
It
happen.
kind of works because, like, as Dolan said, these
Sometimes
fancy
people-
get other people to
Sometimes they
write
get
their
other
mail
people to
into their
do it so we could get
paperwork for 'em.
Ren's handwriting.
So-
That's
Well, it
the
could
plan
add
I was going to go with.
credibility to the tapestry that we're trying to weave here. The goal is still to get into Sutan Elder's home and get this seal.
Correct.
Yeah. And
That never changed.
Within the writings that we forge, we could include some by the junior.
The junior
So
Satan.
that would add some credibility to what we're doing.
Might get us in past that outer wall.
I think that is the way to go. That is
There's
what I
also- we still
saw
have to figure
happening.
out what we are going to. If we are starting at Sutan's house, then
I honestly did think we'd get something.
we
though,
don't
in
have
that
any writing
Ford
of the High Richters. We are either trying to focus on,
Grab.
finding that somehow, or going with what you're discussing, which is creating the appearance of like an underling or a for hire of the High Richters, or some kind of code, saying that they're communicating with Sutan Elder on behalf of the High Richter. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not over here knows a little bit of thieves can't.
Do you need me to write something?
It would look shifty.
All right.
If you're trying, I'm just saying, from my experience, normally if you're trying to, you know,
Experience
do a
as
coup,
as a what?
as a rebellious teenage woman, in my experience, normally if you're trying to do something,
Look at-
you know, bad, you're not like, "Dear diary, I did this bad thing, signed Beauregard."
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
putting down?
It'd be obvious.
Correct.
Right.
We want to look. If it's too obvious, it's the opposite of convincing.
That was a lot to say to explain that.
This guy
I
was
was like,
like a
where are we
gentleman
going with
because he
this?
is smart.
Yes, that is correct though. I thought they were going somewhere somewhere else.
So we want to put information in Sutan's house, Elder, right? So we could have some sort of writing that is not from the High Rector, but that says the HR would.
So I mean, that was kind of like self-explanatory. She's basically saying, "Let's not write. We are committing a crime." Signed the High Richter. That
Finalized.
like don't be obvious, but
Suppose
I feel like that
that
goes
we
without
make it
saying.
seem like Sutan and the High Rector were conspiring to have Orentha killed. Okay. So we have a note that is put into Sutan's house that says, on behalf, from an intermediary, on behalf of HR, wants the plan to go into motion immediately, and that Orentha will be out for the festival
The
tomorrow
big
night.
O, we should say the,
The
big
big
O.
The big O.
The
That's
big
good.
O.
I
That's
like
good.
that.
Yeah.
Then
The
there's
big O.
than the other people at planning like this.
I don't. The big O almost sounds too ridiculous, but I dig it. I like it. All right.
Plant that
So
in Sutan
HR,
Elder's house when
so
we
human
successfully,
resources
quietly break
is
in.
going
I'm
after the big
handwriting
O.
that note right now.
Yeah.
In what sort of in like block letters? Can't be traced to anyone, that sort of thing?
Well, it's an intermediary, so it does not have to
It
look
doesn't
like.
really matter.
Yeah.
I'll make it look kind of crisp
Okay.
and
okay.
like,
And here's the thing. All we need to tie.
Evil
yeah,
calligraphy.
like evil handwriting.
It's good.
And this letter, perhaps on its own, is not enough. But if with the seal, if we have a sort of matching letter planted in HR's home,
Got your message.
Yes.
We'll move the meeting up, and the big O is going to die for sure.
Yeah.
And a little bribery if we're trying to go
Yeah,
for
but
something.
where are we going to get this money that you keep
I wouldn't be
I can
so.
just promise them money.
Because
Cl-
here's
I guess the
thing,
wording does have
having
to be
seen
somewhat
people be
clear,
bribed
though.
Before,
I don't.
You need very large sums of money for bribing, especially with rich people.
That's
They're
what
not
I
going
was
to
saying.
need 500 gold to do this sort of thing. They want like 5,000.
That's what I'm saying. I said this before.
Depends if you're
If
just
you're going to
handing
go
money
the
out to an
angle of
assassin,
using
so
gold
lower
as a
level
bribe,
person
these
might
are
not need
people that
much.
are filthy
Doesn't need to be
rich.
the whole amount.
You would need
Just needs to be
ridiculous
payment,
gold.
maybe.
A check.
A check.
Check an IOU. On behalf of HR,
Keep. Your
We will
writing
get. I mean, you could just say it in the
very
note.
plain. Yeah.
Upon completion
Not-
of our
not
mission,
Immensely
we
charming.
want
No, I mean not charming, like the way-
500,000 gold.
eyes then.
Like have like some kind of coded message upon
Right.
killing
On
Arentha.
behalf of HR.
We get gold.
Yeah, that's good.
What comes after that?
The big O thing. The
Arentha,
plan.
the
to-
big O.
the
I'll
plan
call her the
against
big O.
big O.
The meat-
Lawmaker
Oh, like
Arentha.
the
needs
plan to be
move
moved up.
forward.
Yeah, it will commence.
As
commence,
discussed.
Commence as discussed.
Sounds official.
On behalf of HR.
Look at Matt. Matt is just loving
The
it.
plan
He's not even. He
Plan
don't
is
have to do
moving up to
nothing.
tomorrow night at the
plan
festival.
Yeah.
is moving up to tomorrow night at the festival.
The moment has come,
Hit it.
and it is time for us to seize it.
That's what I write.
Okay, yeah, you work out the.
That's
the
what I
logistics
write.
of that letter.
That's we not need
Yours
repeating.
truly,
It sounds
forever and ever, your BFF.
No. And take out the part where you say, "Do you like me? If so, check this box."
Did she write that?
Tied the whole thing
I
together.
thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good.
Did she really write that?
No perfume on the letter.
Yes, oh, you beat me to it.
I mean, I would imagine she really wrote it, but we are going
Like, can I
to
hold
take
it
that
like
out.
a little
letter.
like triangle.
Yeah, don't mess up our letter. Don't mess up our forged letter that is incriminating people in the possible conspiracy of murder.
What kind of
Oh
dog?
wait. Should I fold it or should I scroll it?
Scroll it.
Scroll it.
Oh,
because we're gonna
the guard
see
dog that was outside of the
It was
home?
a guard dog.
It was a mastiff.
No, this
It was a
one.
mastiff. Was it?
A mastiff.
Was it a
So
well
that's a
kept
big
dog? Or
dog.
was it just? Was it a dog of pride or just a dog of?
From what you guys saw of the mastiff, it wasn't a show dog.
I like
by
that
any means, but
question.
It wasn't
Is it like
street dog
a
or
domesticated house dog, or is it some like violent guard
Way to
dog?
find out.
Is it? Does it look like the sort of dog
How's your
that
animal
you would
handling?
actually be proud of, or is it just a utility?
Looks like it's a utility dog. It's
Alright,
probably
yeah.
something that and
Utility
you've seen,
dog.
You've seen some dogs go around with members of the Crown's Guard before, usually just as part of the general. It's more for an
make sure
intimidation tactic.
that my
They're
life
rarely
was
ever
in order
utilized,
before I
But the presence of
retire.
the dog just makes some people, especially those who work in darker categories, unsettled.
We have a cat.
We have a cat.
Or
Can the cat
can the
chase-
cat
get
be-
the
Cat
dog?
get chased away.
Yeah.
and then someone. will
I
get the dog.
kind of feel like Frumpkin might die
Talking
again.
about getting the dog.
Shoot
No.
the dog! And not already said I don't like dogs.
Somebody's gonna have to retrieve the dog if the dog goes
Yeah,
running.
and here's the deal,
We
not.
don't want a dead dog.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to leave no trace.
Yeah.
The only
No
way
dead
this gets
dog.
pulled
People
off
notice a dead dog.
Is
This is the subtle one.
if no one thinks anyone was there ever.
So what if?
Show the dog your dick.
I'm not showing anybody.
Oh my god, because
What if the dog runs? The guard will have to get the dog back.
and they said something to the effect of that Molly's dick would look like that for like a month. Something like he does this, it's a month of
Also,
weird dick.
sausages are very inexpensive, so we have that as a plan B.
I was also.
We also have good old Ford who can always disguise himself as a guard.
And relieve him.
Correct.
Say that somebody really wants him over at the party.
Ah, all right. Yeah, that is. I mean, we always do have
They were
Fords.
Zero
Crown's
Crown's
Guard.
Crown's Guard effect.
They're disinterested.
Do you know, not if you want, one idea, if you want to help is you could also write a note in your thieves' cant. It should be vague
I
on
could also disguise myself as a
details, but a message from the myriad. Or don't even get that specific, but just write in thieves' cant a note saying that everything is in place for the festival.
I think that's a good
All
idea.
right. Sure.
Yeah, we'll
give me
leave it
some
with these
paper.
papers.
A few papers are always good.
All right. A few papers are always good.
As you
He's
guys
doing it right
work
now.
your
Look,
way through preparing this letter,
look at his
condensing
face.
your plots
Love
for
it.
the next evening, and eventually find yourself to a night's rest and preparation.
I think
for
we're
next
done.
day's events. we're gonna take a break.
See, that's a weird place to
You know,
take
I
a
think
break,
we should go
though.
back to the hospital one more time.
Fucking D&D.
Yeah, let's go back to the
Your face,
hospital
Matt,
one
as all
last
that was
time.
happening, you were like, like, what?
Those are my
are
favorite
they
moments of the
doing?
game. I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't.
I mean, it
Okay,
was
guys,
chaos, but fun.
This is happening. This is all your fault.
Yeah, I don't think
It was a great plan.
So yes, before we go to break, our friends at Wormwood have their giveaway for the
Wormwood
evening.
giveaway. Let's see what it
so
is.
those who
I'm
are,
buying
need to
stuff.
be in Twitch to
I
participate
looked
in
up the
Twitch chat
website.
room.
I watched. I'm gonna get a dice
right now, the
set.
offer's
Some
really
of
good
it said
for
it
us
takes
in
till
the
like
United States
June or
and Canada,
July to
including
come though.
Quebec, because apparently Quebec. For the official rules, you can find the link in the chat tonight. But tonight it is the Flamebox Elder deck box, which is pretty
A deck box.
Oh, and it came with a
I
magic
don't know if my
pack
deck would fit in that.
with a guy going, ah! So,
Is he at the hospital?
Wait, what is there a magic pack?
I
in there?
do like
Deck box.
the leather straps. I don't know what it is.
so
I
you
have
get
a
that
thing
comes
with
with it
leather
too.
straps.
But yeah,
I
so
guess
go ahead and
I
into
guess
the- into the
a
chat
lot
room.
of people
The-
do. That's
the
why they
word
probably
for
do.
this break is
I saw the
heist.
Wormwood,
H-E-I-S-T.
the Purple Heart
Remember, only enter it
dice
once. If you roll
tower.
them once, you
There's like a
disqualified,
special
unfortunately. So,
thing with a leather
we'll do that.
wrap
We'll
and a
have the winner in the
tray
break.
and
In the
stuff like
meantime, we'll
that.
see you back here in a few minutes.
$700. All right, guys, what an interesting place to stop. I feel like there was no build up. We didn't really acquire anything of use. I'm actually shocked that Matt didn't. In my mind, it'd be throwing us a bone. If you've never heard the expression before, throwing a bone to me would be, we went through all that and it was so chaotic that maybe Matt would just be like, yeah, there is a paper on there and you see Lord Sutan'S handwriting. But he didn't say that, and that makes me happy, because that makes me think even if we go through all this elaborate craziness, that sometimes we end up with nothing, and that is real to life. So I'm happy we didn't end up with anything. It has nothing to do with cheating or anything. I just feel like it would almost be like rewarding everybody for the chaos, but they didn't get rewarded with anything. However, I said from the very beginning, I don't feel like they should even need that, but if they get it, hey, it makes life easier. But does it? Because I honestly think having the signature of his kid and going this route might actually work better. So now they have the handwriting of Ren because he took all these notes about patients and what have you. But we're going to forge that now. We're going to have HR, High Richter, making some sort of deal with killing the Big O. Orentha, lawmaker Orentha. So it's going to be Lord Sutan'S son's writing. There's going to be some sort of seal on it from Lord Sutan'S. We still got to go to Lord Sutan'S and get the seal. The seal is key because we need the seal to make the connection to Lord Sutan, and then they'll connect the writing to Ren, and then it's in the High Richter's house and it's labeled HR. So all the dots will be connected if we get the seal. We still have to go to Lord Sutan'S to get the seal, and that is going to be part of the live stream, I guess. But we're going to have to do this all in one night at this point. We're going to go in, we're going to get the seal, we're going to do something to distract the guard that has the giant mastiff. We could have Ford disguise himself as a Crown's guard. I don't know how it's going to work out. Bo and Jester could use the grappling hook to go over the wall. All we need is to find the wax seal, and we could even seal it in the house. We write the letter first. I don't know if they talked about that yet, but we have the letter written and do it all the way we need to do it. And that way we could seal it in the house. We don't have to take the seal with us, because if we take the seal with us, that is also going to cause some sort of problem. They're going to be like, yeah, the seal was stolen from my house, so we have to do it in the house. So that is why it all has to be done in one night. We go in there, we seal it, we leave. I mean, we could hold on to the letter, but better off having this done quickly. So we go back, we throw it at the High Richter's house, we frame her, we ransack the place, or do whatever we're going to do to make it where the guards go and investigate, and then we see this letter, and hopefully everything unravels the way we need it to be. Make sure you remember, this week, early, 9 p.m. live stream will start for this. 8:30, I will post it. 8:45, I will jump on. 9 p.m., we will fire this off, and we will do our 2-hour and 15-minute longest live stream ever for this. Campaign 2, episode 12. And then we will be on to 13. And then 14 will be 10% of the way through campaign 2. Not that I'm in a rush or anything, but that to me is like a feat in itself. We'll be 10% through, 1 out of 10. I like numbers, and that makes me feel like a sense of accomplishment. I am also going to jump into Talks Machina after this. I'm going to finish episode 2, which I still haven't done yet. I'm going to finish it today, and then I'm going to start doing Talks Machina as the episodes unravel. Miranda has been so helpful and told me that episode 11 is a panel at a convention. So we're not going to do 11. There's a ton of spoilers for campaign 1, I'm told. We're going to start with episode 12, this episode. So after the live stream this weekend, I'm going to start reacting to Talks Machina as the episodes come out for campaign 2 each week. Probably on Sunday, I'll come out with part 1 and the Talks Machina for that episode. And then as I have time, I will catch up on older episodes. So Miranda, thank you again. Everybody thank Miranda, because Miranda is making it possible. Based on the fact there are spoilers, she is telling me where they are or editing them out. Either way, fantastic. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons edit, what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. That is where you get the live Patreon hour. Check out the link in front. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.